I keep dialing your number, hoping that someday you'll answer. But every time I'm met with silence, I wonder if you've forgotten how to hear me, or if you've just chosen to tune me out. Each time I press the digits, hoping for your voice to break through, I'm reminded of how much I've invested in waiting for something that may never come. It's like my heart is in a race, dialing your number over and over, but the line stays dead. I can't help but wonder if you're just out of reach, or if you're deliberately keeping me at arm's length. The ringing in my ear is deafening, but the silence on the other end is even more unbearable. I've been calling, hoping you'd pick up, but I can't help but wonder if you're really gone, or if it's just a matter of time before you choose to answer. Every dial feels like a whisper in the wind, a message that seems to go unnoticed, leaving me with nothing but the emptiness of unspoken words and unanswered questions. I've been dialing your number so many times, hoping for a connection, only to be met with silence. It's as if you've vanished into thin air, and the only thing left is the echo of my own longing. I can't tell if you're avoiding me or if the universe is just conspiring to keep us apart. All I know is that every time I dial your number, I feel the weight of unanswered feelings hanging in the air. It's like I'm caught in a loop, dialing your number in hopes of reaching you, but all I get is a reminder of how much I miss your voice and how little I can do to make the connection. There's something haunting about the sound of a phone ringing, knowing that the person you're calling may never pick up. It's as if my hopes fade with each passing ring, but still, I dial again. I've called your number so many times that my fingers know it by heart, but my heart can never seem to understand why you don't pick up. It's like I'm trying to reach a ghost who's already slipped away. Sometimes I think about how many times I've dialed your number, each time expecting a different outcome. But all I get is the same unanswered silence, and I'm left wondering if this is just the way things are meant to be. Every time I dial your number, it's like I'm sending a message into a void, hoping that maybe, just maybe, this time you'll hear it. But as the call goes unanswered, the silence grows louder in my chest. I've tried dialing your number again and again, but each call brings more uncertainty. It's like the more I reach out, the farther you get, and I'm left trying to decipher what went wrong. The more I dial your number, the more I feel like I'm chasing something that's no longer there. It's as if the lines between us have been cut, and I'm left trying to reconnect to a past that no longer exists. Each call feels like an act of hope, and each unanswered ring a crushing reminder that sometimes, no matter how hard you try, some things just slip out of your grasp. I'm still dialing your number, but it feels like I'm sending my love into the ether, with no promise of it ever reaching you. It's like I'm trying to hold on to something that's already slipping away. Why is it that every time I try to reach you, I find nothing but empty space on the other side? I've been dialing your number for so long, but it feels like the distance between us is growing wider with every unanswered ring. I feel like I'm standing in the midst of an ocean, calling your name into the vast emptiness, but the silence that follows only drowns my words in the tide. Every ring of the phone is a promise that maybe this time you'll pick up, but each unanswered call is like a broken vow, a constant reminder that we're drifting farther apart with every attempt. The sound of the phone ringing seems so familiar, yet each unanswered call reminds me of how unfamiliar we've become. I've dialed your number so many times, but your voice is something I haven't heard in far too long. I keep dialing your number, but the only thing that answers is my own disappointment. It's like I'm reaching for something that's no longer within reach, yet I can't stop trying to find you. The longer I wait, the more the silence consumes me. I've dialed your number so many times, hoping you'd pick up, but all I'm left with is the endless ringing and the feeling that maybe you don't want to hear from me anymore. I've tried to reach you, but it feels like the space between us is growing with every unanswered call. Maybe you've moved on, but my heart still clings to the hope that one day you'll pick up the phone. I keep dialing your number, trying to bridge the gap between us, but with each unanswered ring, the distance grows. It's as if we're slipping away from each other, and I'm powerless to stop it.